cat in the wall, eh? Okay, now you're talking my language.
You ever drunk Baileys from a shoe?
All right, welcome in to the view from C-Deck. Through my terrible disfigurement, I'm just Matt, and you may have noticed we missed last week because I had the shingles and still have the shingles, but I'm back, baby, ready to rock with the Dyerwolf here. Say hi, Dyerwolf.
How's it going, everybody?
I was hoping you'd literally say hi, Dyerwolf. But we're here to talk about the Buckeyes here on the view from C-Deck, like always. Talk about the Buckeyes beatdown of Washington real quick since we're a little late in the week. And then preview Minnesota, though, as the Golden Gophers come in to play the Buckeyes on Saturday evening. And first, though, we got to talk about what the Buckeyes did in Washington, absolutely wrecking one of the top offenses in the country for the first quarter of the season. Dario, what were you thinking watching Caden Curry and Caden McDonald and Caden just wrecking everybody on Saturday?
Oh, yeah. The defensive part was amazing. We needed them to be that good in the first half anyway. So it was pretty refreshing. And, yeah, I remember coming into the season, we were thinking, okay, honestly, linebackers are probably going to be the strength, is what I thought. And they're still amazing. And then now the defensive line is starting to take over. They're looking like a strength. And, oh, yeah, by the way, we still haven't even mentioned the best possibly the best player in the whole country, Caleb Downs. So it's just awesome seeing how many different things he can do and how many players can take over the game. It seems like pretty much anybody on the defense could take it over at any moment.
The ones who took it over Saturday were Caden McDonald and Caden Curry, combining for 8 tackles for loss and 5 sacks. I mean, the kind of numbers that get you on those award watch lists just through that one game. And I mean, Caden Curry, though, has been just dominant. Like, he's probably been the biggest surprise on the defense that he's turned it into maybe the best DM we've had since Chase Young. I mean, statistically already, the way he's going this season. So that would be very exciting to add him as a weapon the same way we have with the linebackers and Downs. And then the DBs, they were relatively untested in this game, but they came through when tested against a really good passing team and a really good running quarterback. I love the game plan. Patricia just continues. It's almost this game though went not exactly as I thought it would, but it went really close. I thought we'd cover pretty easily because I had a lot of time with these shingles. So I watched Washington's Apple Cup game, and I was like, their line is not good. We are going to be back there all day. The kid was making plays. Damon Williams making plays in that game that I was like, he's not gonna be able to make that against our guys. These are different athletes, and he wasn't. I was right. He wasn't able to for the most part.
Yeah, it was very similar to what I was expecting. I was kind of almost contradictory to myself at times in the game because I remember sending a text like, "Why do we have to be so conservative? Our defense is so good, it doesn't even matter if we fail on offense." And then, but as the game goes by, it's like you look back, there's 6 possessions, we punted once. So it really wasn't that bad. And then thinking back also, it's like, what was the only way we were actually going to lose this game is if we started turning it over like crazy. So he was just like, screw it. Our defense is going to dominate. See what happens on offense. Don't get too crazy. And look what happens. It's an easy cover. The only time we haven't covered this year is by half a freaking point to Ohio.
Yep. We telegraphed that we'd be conservative. By the way, we played Texas, and the things that Day was saying in the lead up that kind of matched that. And Vegas had us for a team like Washington averaging 55 a game, and the over under combined is under that. It's got to give you, and it isn't a great defensive team, Washington. It's like they think we're going to be conservative too. So I had the under and us covering pretty easily on both accounts there.
Real quick, the one thing that concerns me about that is, it worked, and it was the right game plan for this matchup, but that's not going to work for every matchup. And he'd better not be doing that shit in the last game of the year, because that's exactly what happened last time.
I think he might, but it's not that. But he threw the ball 28 times in this game, so it wasn't like total shutdown. It was just all short passes, which I can work too. And as long as he's got the counter up his sleeve later on. So yeah, real quick on the offense, Sayan goes 22 for 28, 2 touchdowns, like 200 8 yards, something like that. What do you have? 208. He looked great. Great command of the offense again, make great decisions. I have nothing. The kid just continues to pass every test that's put in front of him at where he's at. Never let him throw the ball downfield, though, the entire game. Didn't throw one pass over 20 yards in the air. It was only 2 for 6 on like the 10 to 20-yard passes. So didn't have to do much, but if he's just the ultimate game manager, like the ultimate, super accurate, like Mac Jones basically was, except Mac put up huge numbers because his wide receivers were, and his offense design was so explosive with Sarkisian. And we're going to win a national title.
No, I agree. He's like basically there was maybe one decision that was wrong, but it wasn't the ultimately worst decision when he took the sack. Like he could have forced something and turned it over. And honestly, taking the sack there might have been not too bad. And then he ran when he needed to, like that one long one that was like 3rd and 17 or 3rd and 20. He didn't get the first down, but at least he made the field goal a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
And he threw it away when he needed to. I loved the game by him for sure. And the other was Mac Jones with Devontae.
Yeah,
that was the same comparison because I have a bet right now for Sayan to win Heisman and Jeremiah to win Heisman, and that it reminds me of that because Jeremiah is actually second favorite right now to win Heisman. Sayan's pretty far down there, but.
Jeremiah's going to have to go. I think he's going to have to go 8th, though. Because right now, Dante Moore, if they go undefeated until they play us, I mean, I guess that could be for the Heisman that night. If we play Oregon, both the teams undefeated, 1 versus 2 in the Big Ten Championship, which thank goodness won't mean a 1 seed or a 5 seed this year. It'll be the difference between the 1 and 2 seed or 1 and 3 seed or something like that. Jeremiah, 8 for 81, all short stuff, takes us freaking, opens up the scoring for us, though. Huge play at the end of the half on a freaking screen pass. Because that's how dangerous he is. All right, you want to take away over the top? We'll hit him underneath and just let him kill you that way. He's the best player in the country right now. I was all Caleb Downs preseason. It's Jeremiah. The only thing that's going to hold him back is what we allow. I mean, Gary Danielson was an idiot for almost the entirety of that game. I mean, he just says things that are flat incorrect all the time. It's really discussing what he says wrong. What he did say that I agreed with is that you can't just let them take away Jeremiah via alignment. You have to figure out ways to scheme him open, whatever you got to do, because the ball has to be in his hands at times. And we did a pretty good job of that.
I completely just stopped listening to everything that dude was saying. So I don't even think I remember him saying that. After the first 5 minutes when he went on a rant about a penalty that he doesn't even realize what it got called for and saying it should be a warning when in reality the dude freaking ran into the ref, which is not a warning. But anyway, he's a jackass. Can't stand it.
Now, the one thing we want to talk about is the running backs, maybe. I mean, Bo Jackson almost doubles up CJ Donaldson in carries, though. James Peoples comes in. They throw the ball 16 out of 19 plays. He's in the game. It worked, though, to great effect. He played well receiving the ball in the backfield and was his normal, not so great self-running. I think that's what we figured out what he is now. Donaldson does score 2 touchdowns inside the 5-yard line. That does fail on the 4th down, though, early. Bo's the one that needs to be in there, though. He can make things happen. You can see it. I'd like to see him get the goal line carries, even though they like Daniel. Donaldson gets what's there, I guess. And the guy's got a nose for the end zone, but those were easy touchdowns, both that he scored. Really, it wasn't like a super good run or catch by him. But when it's not there, I've seen him get stood up by OU and by Washington now. Get straight stood up by one guy hitting him, and they weren't linemen; they were linebackers and a safety by OU. Freaking body slammed him. He runs too high. I don't get how they don't see that. And I know it's just he's been there, done that. He scored 35 touchdowns in his career now, including West Virginia. But Bo knows, baby. Bo knows.
Yeah, I haven't seen Bo get stuck like that all season. He falls forward. He missed that 4th down run, and then we had another one the next drive. I think it was 4th and 2, and we gave it to him again, and he barely got it.
I mean,
by the skin of his teeth. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, why would you not give Boat but we got it, so it was fine.
We got all these tight ends that you love putting in the game right now. Maybe just teach them how to push each other.
Hand it off to him. Just see what happens.
Or put Jeremiah back there. Who's taking him down?
It's true.
But we'll see more of that. I think we'll see Bo continue to get the lion's share of the carries from here on out, though. I think they notice. Special teams, also Brandon Ennis fumbles a kick. I'm over Brandon Ennis in general. I mean, they said today at a presser that he'll still be the return man. I'm like, he's made 2 okay returns. I mean, pretty good returns this year. Everything else has been nothing. They were even mad at him for not fielding kicks in the game. Then he fumbles when he does get a chance. Like I'd like to see a lot of his PT go to other people at this point. But they love him as a leader and as a work ethic guy. I get it.
He actually, I think it was his best game offensively this year.
For sure it was.
Because he caught, I don't know how, he probably caught 4 or 5 balls, I think.
I think it's 3. Yeah, 3 for 34. And they were all screen passes.
Okay, yeah. But oh my God, that made me so mad. Because it was 0-0 at that point, and it seemed like that game was just weird. And that was exactly what Washington needed to actually have a chance with that crowd and everything. It's just like, give it to somebody else. We have so many talented players. But yeah, you're right. He said he's not going to back down. Day likes him back there to return punts, apparently.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what he does this week against row your boat, row your boat, PJ Fleck, and the Golden Gophers coming into Ohio Stadium. Buckeyes, 23.5-point favorites right now. Over or under of only 45.5. Both teams good defensively, so I can see it a bit. But, Minnesota did just give up 28 to Rutgers. They gave up 28 to a Cal team that was shut out by San Diego State the next week. If you want to look at a weird team, look at San Diego State's stuff this year. They're 3-1, but it's some very weird 3-1. Who they got destroyed by Washington State and then beat Cal, who had just beat Minnesota. I mean, stomped Cal 34-0. Like, what the heck? And then they would play a 6-3 game against Northern Illinois this past weekend. Neither here nor there. But Minnesota, a team I said was they're one we made our true sleepers when I said Illinois was not a sleeper, which I was right. I said maybe Minnesota. I didn't end up picking them. I picked another wrong team, Nebraska. But I said maybe them because they have a really good defense, a really, really good safety in Coy Parrish. They have Drake Lindsay, a redshirt freshman QB, who's definitely from a NFL prototype standpoint, the best quarterback they've had in a long, prospect they've had in a long time, not necessarily the best quarterback. And he's looked pretty good this year so far. But they're still the Golden Goose, man. They lost that game out in Cal. They come into here where we have just straight mollywop them every time they come in under Fleck. Does anything change Saturday night? I feel like the 23.5 is an easy dub for us.
Yeah, I would think so. And, do we see more conservative? I don't know, because that's what would you say the over-under was?
45.5. It opened at 44, so it is moving up.
A lot of that has to be like we just gave up 6 to Washington, so
right. They're thinking we're in shutout territory for sure.
Maybe 3. So that's but then that spread would mean we're only going to score like 27 points, which doesn't seem right either. So I don't know what to think. I mean, their biggest strength in their team across both sides of the ball is their rush defense. And probably our biggest weakness is our rush offense. So that could be a thing to watch a little bit, but Talon's going to just overtake them. And I think our defense is just going to absolutely suffocate them. And I want to see how long we can go without giving up a red zone touchdown. Could be literally all year. But yeah, a shutout would be nice. We haven't had a shutout, right? Or
Grambling, yeah.
Grambling was, yeah. Another one to lower that. It'll take a really good defensive effort to lower our points per game. It'd be hard to do, but yeah, that'd be nice to do it.
I would love that. number one in the country right now already. It's the only team that hasn't given up double figures yet. I don't see how their offense moves the ball much against us. They go long. They've scored over 20, I think, in all their games, but it's been a struggle at times. Even like against Buffalo, they struggled in his first game of the year, but still they struggled to get out there over 20. Their quarterback he can make some good throws if you give him time, but I don't think they can give him time because this D line is too fierce. It depends on what Patricia wants him to be. They seem to be able to be this year. They have a good run, like some talent at running backs. Like Taylor's a pretty good running back, but he gets hurt all the time in games, and we know what we do to running backs when we decide to crack skulls on them. And I think you're right, though. I think at home we open it back up again. We're in the friendly confines. We can afford a mistake or two. Let's air the ball out deep some. Let's see if they want to play the super soft shell that Washington was playing to try and force everything underneath. We'll take that. And I think they're a better defense than Washington for sure, but they're not going to have one of the loudest stadiums in the country and us being scared of that. Or not scared, I guess, but just trying to manage that as a factor for them. So I feel like, with the talent we got everywhere on the field, we score over 30 easily, and I don't think they score over 7.
Yeah, and the other thing to factor in is, this is like we go bye, away, home, away, bye. So this is like the only home game in like 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. Yeah, so I feel like they're gonna want to bring it and show the crowd a good game. And I'm gonna be there, by the way. I'll be loud and proud with my parents this time. More low-key game, even though it's at night. But yeah, I'm thinking it'll be a good turnout since there's not. It's been so long. It's a big gap between home games, so I feel like we're gonna be loud that night.
Yeah, I think the only thing I really want to see, I want to see more wide receiver. I want to see Mylan Graham get in the game and some real action. At least get some people to think about what a 4 wide receiver set looks like with us out there. I know they love the tight ends this year, but like it's not leading to explosiveness, but that could be by design at the moment. More Bo Jackson, more defensive dominance, and I want the special teams to at least make one special play because our only punt was bad. 35-yarder by McGuire was a bad punt.
We did have one good play, the blocked punt. Or the fake the botch.
You're right. On the field goal, that was ridiculously stupid, by the way. Time after time after time after time after time. How many times does this happen? In Nebraska, by the way. Why were you going for it early in the game? You lost by 3 to Michigan. That wasn't this week, but I'm still irritated about it. I haven't been able to just stop it, coaches. You're in a game that your points are at a premium for you. Take the points. We're playing them for the fake. We were playing them for the fake, and they still ran it.
And I don't even know I don't know what was supposed to happen that play. I feel like the guy threw it was wrong.
Yeah, well, not really. He's the only person that went downfield. I don't know why that guy went downfield to block.
I don't know.
Maybe he was supposed to run it. He thought he was supposed to run it, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he was supposed to run it, but we were so on it that he was screwed.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not kidding. That Arbel Reese looking at me.
Yeah, yeah.
But this week, I like to cover the over under is a little more interesting, but oh man, it could be like 42-3 does seem like right on it for me, which would be under right now. So I'll take the under, but it will not surprise me if it's over. But I take the cover easily. I love that bet.
Yeah, the more we talk about it, the cover does seem easy because let's say worst case scenario, I feel like they're going to score 10 points. Like maybe 13. So that means I don't know. I mean, they are a decent defense. Maybe that's part of it, but
here's their last 2 games though. 27 against Cal team that I told you got shut out by San Diego State. 28 against Rutgers, who is a decent offense, but they're not us. Why can't we score 40 at home?
Yeah. And even if they, like 35-10, I could see. And that covers, right? You said it was 23.5?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 35-10. That's going to be my score. They're going to score the most points on us all year.
Oh, a PJ Fleck team, get out of here.
I just see something
It could happen.
happening, like the Ennis punt fumble, or we get aggressive and Sam throws a pick, or I don't know.
PJ Fleck throws a boat oar onto the field and trips us up and we fumble.
Yeah. Or it could be special teams, like they return a punt or something like that.
Oh,
Although,
man. There will not be. I'm going to be in Maine watching this game. Be our first night in Maine. That's what I'm going to make sure we're doing. I will not be a happy man if that happens, though. I'm going to ruin the family vacation. Everybody pack up. We just gave up a punt return. Dad, it's 42-7.
yeah, I'll be mad though.
I will say this though. After we do this, we haven't done this yet this year though. After this past game against Washington, do you feel more or less confident about our national championship hopes? I'm going to start. I think we're the best team in the country right now. The most complete. Oregon's close-ish, but I'm still not. I still want to see them play an actual good offense, which I don't think Penn State is. We made it, and we just played a good offense. Like Washington's a good offense. I'm pretty confident. Their O-line is not great, but the rest of it is good. I don't think we've come close to seeing our A game because our offense hasn't come close to trying to unleash yet against a good team.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think I mentioned to you earlier before we started recording that Joel Klatt mentioned it's like we're Usain Bolt because it doesn't even seem like we're sprinting, but we're just destroying everybody. We're just clearly the best team. And that's what it feels like is the defense. And it is kind of how I saw the season going. I thought our defense would be better at the beginning of the season, but our offense would be better by the end. It probably isn't going to get there because of how ridiculously good our defense is, but our offense is only going to improve. I mean, they're only going to get better. Sayin is what I'm most excited for because he does not seem like a freshman quarterback. Like his stats aren't pop off the page, but he doesn't really make mistakes. Like there's a couple. I mean, he's got those picks, but they're all very teachable and all that. So I think right now, yeah, I mean, we're the reigning national champs and we look like the best team in the country. Like somebody's got to beat us to take our crown anyway. But you're right, Oregon, but until I don't know. I feel like that game this past weekend, it was like James Franklin versus slightly better James Franklin. Because what has Lanning actually won? I mean, he won the Big Ten championship, but he beat freaking Franklin. So,
in a close game.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, what teams has he really beaten in his career in big games other than other bad big game coaches?
Yeah.
He beat Day in Oregon, but that was like a coin flip game, and then we absolutely destroyed them. So,
yep. I don't disagree with that, but I don't want to go down that road right now. I agree. I don't trust Dan Lanning to run through a playoff. I don't, unless he truly has the best team, which I don't think he does for a couple of reasons. But we can talk about that down the road, probably in the Big Ten championship this year. But that'll do it for this episode of The View from C-Deck. We're gonna start making our kind of prediction type. We used to make some gambling podcasts. They didn't do that well. But we'll talk a little bit about the overall college football scene and the big games this week, although there really aren't any. They've all been the last 2 weeks have been really good. This week we get not much. That's okay though. More time to just ease into the Buckeye game. But for the Dyerwolf, I'm just Matt. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell me how disfigured I am with my awesome shingles that decided to just kick my ass at the wrong time. But we like you guys, and we'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys! Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.